Hello, it's Miss Mihi here, and today we're going to talk about something we all experience, and that is stress. The reality is that stress is a part of life. Things have been stressful in the past, and things will only get more stressful as time goes on. And so in this video, I'm going to go through the 3 main ways that I manage stress. So the first way to manage stress is to smash the like button. Legends have it that by tapping the like button reduces stress. Nah, kidding, that's not true. But please hit the like button. Now, in a world that we live in, stress is a necessary part of our life. Too little stress results in inactivity, laziness, and low productivity and performance. On the flip side, too high stress result in burnout, anxiety, and exhaustion. The stress performance curve is a good illustration of this balance between too much and too little stress. This is why they say to manage stress, rather than removing stress. But chances are that if you're watching this video, you're probably on the higher end of the stress performance curve, and you're wanting to find a way to lower the stress levels. And so this brings me to the first way that I lower stress levels, and that is that I'm always looking after my body. When you feel stressed, there is a physiological reaction that is taking place inside your body. When you're feeling stressed, your body releases a hormone known as cortisol. This hormone causes your heart rate to increase, pump more glucose into your bloodstream, you get a burst of energy, and it reduces inflammation for your body. All these things are great when you have a deadline due, or when you're about to do something that is pretty significant in your life. But the problem is that too much cortisol can also damage your body. If your heart rate beats way too fast, or your blood is circulating around your body less efficiently, or too much glucose in your blood may show diabetic symptoms, this is not good. For example, if you lower your inflammation levels way too much, then you effectively have a suppressed immune system, which pretty much increases your chance of falling sick. And so looking after your body by exercising regularly, eating healthy, and getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep consistently every day will help your body better control the amount of cortisol that is released in your body. I wouldn't be surprised that if you're feeling overstressed, you're not doing at least one of these 3 things as well as you could be. The reality is that you only get one body in your lifetime, you're not going to get another one. And so a great way to illustrate this is imagine if you could only buy one car or one handbag in your lifetime. How would you treat that one car or handbag? You would treat it as if it's literally extremely precious. Yet sometimes we forget that our body is literally this one in a lifetime thing that we have. So make sure you look after your body. Now with that said, the second way that I lower stress is to break down the stressor. Typically when we feel stress, it is usually not because of one thing. Instead, it is usually because of a lot of things that are happening all at once, and you're just not able to handle it all at the same time. Thus, what ends up happening is the deer in the headlights phenomenon, where you just freeze and can't get anything done. So what I like to do is to break down the different stresses into smaller steps or smaller parts. In this way, it helps me not get bogged down by the huge task ahead of me, but instead helps me take one step at a time. So for example, many of you are students who are approaching the end of your exams. It can get quite stressful. For many, you feel like you didn't prepare very well throughout the year, and now you're paying the consequence of having to study everything to the last minute. But instead of studying with so much stress of the amount that you need to cram or cram study, you end up not studying at all. In this case, I'd break each of my subjects down into different topics and then literally pick one of the topics and start there. You might argue that there isn't enough time to complete it all, which can be true, but getting some things done is better than getting nothing done. And so this brings me to the last way that I lower stress, and that is to write a mind map. Yes, you heard me correctly, I make a mind map. The problem when feeling stress is that we tend to bottle it up. This is bad. We're already thinking irrationally because of the high level of stress in our heads, and we're going to try and micromanage it all in our heads as well, which is already flawed. So what I do to let things out is to draw a mind map. Now for many others, to let things out, they would go and talk to other people. While this works most of the time, I find that instead they either tell me something that I don't want to hear, or we end up just talking about something else instead of trying to address the problem. Thus, I go to one of the rooms in the house with a piece of paper and a pen. Nothing else, no phone, no laptop, no food, no music, no distractions, and all I do is just sit there for the next hour and write anything and everything that comes to my mind. It's always awkward to do this at first, but by the end of the hour, the piece of paper is filled with ink on both sides. I find this is an excellent way to just let things out and see things in a different light. As a result, it helps me be more appreciative of what I have, and then helps me plan out what I'm going to do, which gives me the confidence to move forward, and so that is how I lower my stress levels. And so there you go, guys. Those are the 3 ways that I personally manage my own stress levels. Hopefully you're able to manage stress in your own lives a little bit better because of this video. And so if you found this video helpful, please make sure you give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video.